Today I fucked up by eating a cheat meal alone. No throwaway since I own my mistake. Yesterday I was halfway through a very strict diet regime in which I'm restricting carbohydrates from my meals for 6 months due to my obesity getting out of hand. My partner suggested for me to not break the diet under any circumstance, and I was having an iron will all through this time lapse. Until yesterday. I received one of those condescending emails from Domino's with the likes of, "We miss you." Me being the fat ass that I am fell under temptation of a cheesy crust pepperoni pizza. I couldn't let my partner know what I was about to do, so I prepared myself to order a large cheesy crust pepperoni pizza, no soda, mind the diet. When she fell asleep by 9 p.m. I prepared the deed. My game room is far away so she's unbothered by me making noise, so I planned a game night. I knew the pizza box would be too noticeable and hard to sneak. Thrash collectors do their round on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, so I was out of luck. Went to the kitchen cabinet and found a Tupper almost empty. I did mental measurements of a large slice of pizza and came to the conclusion that overlapping all 8 slices would fit perfectly. So I washed the Tupper, dried it and set the order for pickup. There's a Domino's 1 block away from my home. I'm fat, what do you expect? And sat watching the order get ready on my phone, cleaning the amounts of saliva that could fill a bathtub. When it was ready I rushed outside and went to pay for it. I have never been more anxious in my life about eating. I sat on one of the tables at the restaurant, opened the box and I almost cummed from the smell. It was glorious. Head in the game, I slapped myself and opened the Tupperware that I very sneakily put in a small backpack, and started placing like little babies every slice of pepperoni cheesy pizza. I have no idea what the employees could be thinking, but imagine a fat bastard at 10 p.m. putting a to-go pizza in a Tupperware. The hard part was done, time to go back home. I get there, went to the game room and began the most delicious meal I ever had in my life while watching Dr. Stone. But I failed to factor one of the variables of the problem. The smell was so intense I was sure there was no way I could hide it, so I resorted to the old reliable. Opening the windows. Mind you, where I live at night weather is close to 4 degrees Celsius, so I was freezing but enjoying my pizza. Obviously I ate the whole shit in less than 30 minutes and downed with a gallon of water. Here's the fuck up. I was in a carb-restricted diet for 3 months. Obviously my digestive tract wasn't ready for the amount of bread, sugar and sauce that I devoured last night. Here I lie dying from stomach cramps and shitting fire from my anus due to the excessive amount of pepperoni I ingested, and my partner is about to take to the hospital. Wish me luck. Too long did not read. Fat fuck ate a whole large pepperoni cheesy pizza while on a 3-month carb-restricted diet and is en route to the hospital. As your story was hopefully building up to a climax, I thought you were going to tell us that your partner found out your secret. Well, did they? Did they find out what you did last night? Where do you live that you can get cheese crust pizza at Domino's? Oh my god, I hope you feel better soon. That sounds like a really tough situation, but I'm sure you'll learn from this experience and be able to get back on track with your diet. Don't beat yourself up too much and focus on taking care of yourself now. Sending positive vibes your way. What have you been eating on your diet? For what it's worth, my wife and I have a running joke that if she's going to be away for a few days and I'm not coming along, I ask what time she's coming back, so I have time to get rid of all the pizza boxes. Today I fucked up by thinking I was tired 24/7. For my entire adult life, actually probably starting when I was a teenager, I have been constantly tired. I frequently made the joke that I was like the Hulk. It's probably about time to get tired and go to sleep, that's my secret, cap. I'm always tired, my eyes would crave being closed. My body and my mind generally had a lot of energy, but my eyes were so tired that I would shut them and go to sleep. I'd toss and turn, but in order to keep my eyes from stinging, which eventually drifted me to sleep. I thought this was how everyone got tired. The people in my life started telling me that wasn't how they felt tired, so I started talking with chatbot. I just wanted to figure out what it was called. After some more conversation, it said one possible cause was dry eyes. Turns out my eyes weren't tired. Turns out I have dry eyes. Everything fit into place once that suggestion came up. I feel more stinging in my eyes after smoking weed or when there's wind in my face, and while I do blink, it's not very frequent. All things that cause dry eyes. All things that make me tired. I got some eye drops, and I'm not tired all the time anymore. I have the ability to keep my eyes open for hours at a time. I do blink, but probably not enough still, without feeling like I need to shut them indefinitely. I am sleeping a normal amount of hours now, and am no longer constantly uncomfortable. My life has opened up and I can do so much more. I have the ability to access my body's and mind's energy. Too long did not read. Basically my entire life has changed because I realized I have dry eyes. You might have already thought of this as well, but I had sort of a similar situation where my eyes were always so dry and tired, and I started wearing blue light blocking glasses when I'm on the computer and turning my computer's night light mode so that it filters out more blue light, and it has helped a ton with not drying my eyes out every day. But then again, I work in front of a computer all day, so if you don't, it probably is not that much a contributing factor. Tears of joy. Please make sure the eye drops you use are lubricating, like the ones that come in individual plastic vials. Using things like red eye drops consistently dries your eyes out more and may cause damage dependence. I blinked more than usual reading that. Genuinely concerned that there is a normal number of times to blink in a day. My anxiety denies the likelihood of me ever meeting the quota. I was constantly exhausted. Turns out sleep apnea is a thing. Today I fucked up by breaking into my friend's apartment. Neighbors called the cops on me. My friend Sophie asked me to look after her dog Casper while she visited her family for a birthday. He is a very sweet dog and I know them both very well, so it was no problem for me. The problem started when I tried to enter her apartment in the early morning. I had some struggle with her keys, so it took me a little while to unlock the door. I don't know if me trying to open the door or Casper's barking alarmed the neighbors, but I guess they knew I was there pretty soon. So I finally opened the door, stepped in and knocked over a picture frame. The next few minutes consisted of me speeding through the apartment to put Casper in another room, looking for a broom and sweeping away the broken glass. Just when I wanted to put away my backpack, there is loud banging on the door. "Police, please open the door." Overwhelmed, me walked to the door, opened it and was faced by 2 police officers. Luckily the situation calmed down quickly and nothing escalated more. The neighbors heard loud noises and were scared, so they called them up. Had to prove that I am indeed not a burglar, but a friend of the tenant with permission to be there. What a great start into the day. Also the neighbors apologized, me too. And I took Casper on an extra long trip to the park. TLR. Had to dogsit for a friend, but I am clumsy and hectic. The neighbors thought I was a burglar breaking into my friend's apartment. Nice short TIFU, fucked up quickly, got solved quickly, no further tension than a scare. 9/10, you're doing God's work, son, thanks for posting. Well, at least your friend has good attentive neighbors. When I was about 8, my aunt who lived across the street literally watched a group of teenagers break into our house through the basement window while we were out. Said she thought they were friends of mine? Luckily we pulled up minutes after they got in, and they escaped through the back door with only a few small things that weren't worth a whole lot. What proof did you have that you weren't a burglar? Honestly, good neighbors. Good that they apologized. But you want neighbors that are looking out for your shit. I'm glad you didn't get shot. Today I fucked up by cleaning my own butt. So, I was at work and in the bathroom doing my thing and it was not going so well. As I continuously wiped, there was no sign of number 2 from letting up on the TP. I decided, why don't I just wet some paper towels and really do some maintenance back there? Get all squeaky clean and move on with my day. I get up, pants down to my knees, wet the paper towel and bend over to start cleaning my rear. Then the worst thing imaginable happens. I forgot to lock the door. The door opens and it's a customer standing there, jaw on the floor as I'm bent over scraping my beehole with a wad of wet paper towels. I panicked and didn't know what to do or say, so I just look up at her from my bent over position without uttering a single word or moving. The word, humiliated, isn't enough. She slams the door shut and is repeatedly apologizing on the other side. I'm basically dead inside at this point. Why didn't I lock the damn door? I always do, but not this time. I'm the only one at work, so I wash my hands and have to force myself out of the bathroom and work with this customer that saw me at probably my most vulnerable state ever in my entire life. She was super cool about the entire thing, but I feel like I need to climb under a rock and live there for the rest of my life. And #X200B. Too long did not read. I was walked in on in the bathroom while bent over scrubbing my filthy ass. Today it's embarrassing, in a few years this is the best story to tell. If you're from a small town, bumping into her will be awkward. This is why I wish bidets were more common. GIF. Giphy, DW3WHVB0K5 VA, downsized. As someone who, very briefly, dated a guy who wouldn't wipe correctly or clean his ass in the shower because he thought it was a gay thing to do, I commend you for cleaning your ass. The fact that the customer stuck around and was cool is all you need to know. Seems like a very mom state of mind.